Hey friends, and welcome to Mrs. G's Kitchen. Today for our cooking class, we are going to make peanut butter cookies. Let's go over the kitchen rules. Always wash your hands before touching or prepping any foods. Always be in the kitchen and cook with an adult. And this one's very important since we're making peanut butter cookies today. Never ever take any kind of peanut products to school. No nuts at all. We get to make peanut butter cookies today in Mrs. G's kitchen because, like I've said before, you can't catch allergies when it's done over the internet. All right? So remember, don't take anything with nuts to school. We don't want to make any of our friends at school sick. So let's begin. First, let's wash our hands. Soap in nice warm water. What should we sing? Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. And rinse them off. Give them a shake there so I don't make water all over the place. We'll dry them. Yes, I know my singing voice isn't very good. Not as good as my cookies though. All right. So, to make peanut butter cookies, what do we need? Peanut butter? You bet. Peanut butter is one of the main ingredients for peanut butter cookies, right? Flour, eggs, baking powder, baking soda, shortening, butter or margarine, flour, brown sugar, and white sugar. So, let's begin. Don't forget, my best friend is my machine. All right. So first what we need to do is cream together both the white sugar and the brown sugar and our margarine. So we need a 1/4 cup of softened margarine or butter, whichever you prefer to use and what you have in your house. There we go. We'll put that in there. Put that over there. And we'll get our shortening. We need a 1/4 cup of that. Okay. Here we go. Shortening makes cookies nice and soft. And peanut butter. How much peanut butter do we need? We need a 1/2 cup. So let's get our 1/2 cup measuring cup here, right here. And let's scoop some out. Do you like peanut butter, friends? Yeah, Mrs. G likes peanut butter too. It tastes so yummy. Okay, let's put this in here. And then we're gonna have to get our sugars together. We're going to use a 1/2 cup of white sugar and a 1/2 cup of brown sugar. Move this over here. Need a dish. Put my dirties on. I'm gonna wash this out first because I don't want to measure out flour and sugar in my little measuring cup when it's got peanut butter all over it. That way I don't worry about getting anybody sick if I decide to make something at a later date and take to school. I'm just going to get some soap and cloth. Give it a good rinse and dry it off. Now for making cookies, well, I dry this. Preheat your oven to 350 degrees. So it'll be nice and warm and ready to go. All right, so we need a half a cup of brown sugar. Make sure it's leveled off. Oopsie, I threw in my little teddy bear. What this little guy does, I keep it in my brown sugar and it keeps it nice and moist. I don't have to worry about brown sugar drying out. Because of that reason, I need a little extra. And we need a half a cup of white sugar. Okay. Now we're going to cream those together until it all gets all creamy. And the sugar and the peanut butter and the shortening and margarine become creamy and work together as our base. Come take a look, friends, and see what's happening here. Can you see that? It didn't stay as a powder. And then we're going to add in our 1 egg. Turn it down. Okay. And while that's doing that, it's going to make it so that it'll all stick together. The egg helps that with our batter. I'm just going to push down the sides so that the rest of it on the sides will get mixed together, because see, some of it hasn't yet. It's good to always hit your sides down. Then we're going to add 1 1/4 cup of flour. So let's get that ready. One cup. There we go. Use a 1/4 cupper. Quarter cup. And then we're going to use some baking powder and some baking soda. We're going to put in 3/4 of a spoon. And I don't have a 3/4 of a spoon, so we're going to use 1/2 a spoon, and then we're going to make a 1/2 of a 1/2 a spoon. Okay? So a 1/2 a spoon, and then we're going to take it and make it 1/2 of a 1/2 of a spoon. I know that sounds really weird, right? And we're going to use a 1/2 a spoon of baking powder. We want our cookies to rise, but not get really big. And that's what these ones will do. Baking soda helps it rise, baking powder helps it stay down. Then we're just gonna add in a 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt. Mrs. G is good at knowing how much to use, so at home, if you don't know, just use a spoon, okay? Okay, and let's get that all together. Take a look at it, friends. You can see how the moist mixture is taking all the dry mixtures and blending them together to form our dough. We'll get that going. Now with my cookie recipe, I like to chill. I like to chill my batter in the fridge for up to 2 hours because it makes it so much easier to work with because it's very soft dough, okay? So we like to put it in there and let it chill so it rolls nice. So that being said, earlier today, I had already made up some dough so that we were ready to go by forming it now. So I'm just gonna leave this here and I'll put it in the fridge after. So follow me over here, friends. I lined my cookie sheet with some wax paper. And here's the cookie dough that's ready to go. Okay? So what I'm gonna do is use my cookie scoop. Like I've said before, if you don't have a cookie scoop, you can use a spoon. And I'm just gonna form a nice round ball and put it on. Just like that. Okay. This is where you can help and have fun by making your own ball sizes, hey? Make sure your hands are nice and clean now. Nobody wants your little germies all over your cookies. Now, a lot of people like to flatten their cookies. And I know that my husband, Mr. G, likes them kind of like that. I don't tend to do that though because I don't really like it like that. But for these ones, I'm going to do it with just this little bit because I did have a bigger batch earlier today. And I already pre-made some cookies so I could show you what they look like when we're done. So these ones, when I after I roll them, what I'll do is place them out. What I like to do then is I get a fork and my sugar. And what I'll do is take my fork and flatten them a little bit. Just a little though. Then I'll take my sugar and I will just sprinkle some over top and then they could bake together. All right, friends. I bet you'd like to eat some of the sugar, right? So then next what we're gonna do is stick them in the oven for 12 minutes. And let those go. Put my timer on. And that's how you make peanut butter cookies. Oh, now check it out. Because I made some batch earlier, I went ahead and I made some of the cookies up so that you could see them when they were done. These ones are my special kind that I like to do with my peanut butter cookies. I like to use some Reese peanut butter cups and put in them. So what I do for that is I buy them like this and I open up the bag and I peel them and get them ready to go. So that as soon as the warm cookies come out of the oven, I place it right directly in the middle and let it sit there. And this is what we get. They melt a little bit, but then they'll get hard as they cool. And that's how the cookies will end up turning out if you use these. But you don't have to use these chocolates in there. You can just use nothing at all. Sometimes I'll even make peanut butter cookies with chocolate chips in them, and that tastes really good too. Or I don't put nothing in them at all and just make them regular peanut butter cookies. Let's show you what those Nutella stuffed cookies look like when they were done. I have some already ready here. Take a look, friends. Nice and chocolatey. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open it and you can look at the inside and see how it looks. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Does that not look delicious? Sure does. I might have to give that a try later and see how it tastes. All right, friends. That was Cooking with Mrs. G today. Next time, we will get to make those Nutella cream horns. It didn't work out this time. I didn't have time to do so, as I said in the last one, so that's why we did peanut butter cookies instead. So, until next time, friends, I hope you enjoyed Cooking with Mrs. G today, and you all be safe and take care. Miss you. Goodbye.